Frenzy. I'm Ross Bolin, joined by that guy, Rob Hughes. We begin tonight's show with a regional preview between the Central Catholic Knights and the Rossville Hornets.
And we start with the Knights, a team who's used to playing this weekend, having won a sectional title each of the last 13 seasons. The Knights are coming off an appearance in semi-state last year, so plenty of experience on this year's squad. Unlike a lot of regional games, the Knights are playing a familiar opponent in Rossville. CC beat the Hornets during the regular season 82-68, but that game was in the friendly confines of the home gym. For CC, that game might be responsible for their current track. They've won 6 of their last 7 games. The lone loss to Indy's version of CC in Cathedral. With the madness of March just around the corner, Coach Dave Barrett knows what a loss at this stage means, but to him, the method to move on is pretty simple.
It's just a matter of coming out and playing well. You got to play well no matter when you're playing, who you're playing. And on any given day, you can get beat, or if you play well, you're going to win.
But we certainly need to shut down their scores. They got great scores on their team, so we need to make sure we shut them down. And if we can shut them down and get our offense going, then we'll look to have the same result as earlier in the season.
We can't look past Rossville. We beat them earlier, but it doesn't mean anything here. Different gym, different atmosphere. It's going to be difficult.
We're playing pretty well. They play hard. They play hard every day, and play good, solid defense. And on occasion, we shoot the ball pretty well. When we do that, we're pretty good, and we've done that of late. So hopefully, it continues on Saturday.
As for the Rossville Hornets, they're in search of their first regional title since 2002 when they defeated CC 86-73. It's no secret who the Hornets have relied on this season. A senior class consisting of E.T. Brenneman, Brandon Tonsoni, Austin Miller, and Austin Myers lead the way for the Hornets. The foursome understands to knock off Central Catholic, they must be mentally tough and not allow the Knights to dictate how the game is played.
They have a tradition of winning over there, and that's something we'd like to install here at Rossville. And so, they're a good team, I'm not going to lie. It's going to take a good game to beat them, but we're going to go in there and give it all we got.
A lot of it is mental when you face them, but I know we have a great group of seniors. We have a great team. Everybody wants this win, and we're not backing down. We're going to be mentally strong and physically tough.
We know how they play now. We know who their shooters are, who their main scorers are, and they're very good in the postseason for sure. You got to be mentally prepared, no mistakes as much as possible.
We have a good tradition here also. We've won sectionals, regionals, and state championship 12 years ago. So we just got to stay poised and play our game and know that we're just as good as they are and come in there and hopefully get the win.
And Rob, here's a look at the matchup. It's 16-8 Rossville versus 15-8 Central Catholic. The last time these two teams met in the playoffs was 2 years ago in the opening round of sectionals. CC won that game by 17.
Now, Rossville's the only public school in the Class 1A regional represent. A couple of public school guys here on the desk.
Absolutely.
If the Hornets can knock off 7th-ranked CC, they would play the winner of Seton Catholic and Liberty Christian. Either way, we will have an area school in the regional finals. That game set for 8 p.m. Saturday night.
And the Friday Night Frenzy will continue as we preview regional games at LaPel, Greencastle, and Kankakee Valley.
The Valley is where Twin Lakes will face off against South Bend St. Joseph's. More on that matchup when the Frenzy returns. We're back on the Friday Night Frenzy. Our regional previews continue with a trip to Monticello and a closer look at the Twin Lakes Indians.
Twin Lakes will be playing its first regional game tomorrow since the 2004-2005 season when they lost in the regional finals to Plymouth. As for tomorrow's game, the Indians will face South Bend St. Joseph's at the Kankakee Valley Regional. The Tribe will rely heavily on a senior class that includes Tanner Pritz, Cody DuBois, Corbin Turpak, Levi Pritz, Jordan Crouch, Tyler Reddington, and last but certainly not least, Rob, Cameron Bennington. A group of 7 seniors have won a lot of games and at this point feels more like a family than a team.
We have a bunch of really good leaders on the team. We all have each other's backs, and when things go wrong, we're always there to pick each other up. And I think if we just come together and play like a team, our leadership and our brotherhood can take us a long way.
All of us are really good friends, and it feels like a family to all of us. So experience is really big for our team, as most of us have all been playing together for a long time.
We've been together since we were in probably 3rd or 4th grade. We've been playing since we were going to Fort Wayne and all these AAU tournaments, and it means a lot, especially with these guys.
If we can all just stay together as a unit and play together as a team, as one whole, we're going to be able to get this done and take home the regional this weekend.
It's 16-7 Twin Lakes versus 17-6 South Bend St. Joseph's.
Twin Lakes, no doubt, hot at the right time, Ross. Having won 13 of its last 15 games, no surprise with that many seniors. 64 teams left in the tournament. The Indians are 3-1 against that field, while St. Joe is 2-2.
Tip is set for approximately 12:30. A fun fact for you, Rob. Both team mascots, the Indians, of
Love
course.
fun facts.
Yep, the winner of this game will play the winner of the Bowman Academy Andrean game. The regional final will be played Saturday night at 9 p.m.
The Crawfordsville Athenians are only 2 games above 500 mark, but they played well enough to advance to the regional round by upsetting Frankfort on the Hot Dogs home floor in the sectional semifinals. Their work wasn't done, though. In the sectional championship, they knocked off Coach David Pierce's alma mater, Western Boone.
In the regional round, the Athenians will go up against the Edgewood Mustangs. The moment won't be too big for the Stangs.
That's right.
That's right. They've reached the regionals the past 2 seasons, but Coach Pierce thinks his Athenians have a good chance of advancing.
I think we're more athletic than they are, and we're more skilled, but they don't make mistakes on defense. They're in the right position at the right time. I think that's going to give us some fits. And the other thing that we're going to have to try to do is they've got 2 guards that really penetrate well. And so unfortunately for us, they got guys that can shoot the 3-pointers. So we're going to have to do a better job of one-on-one defense, stopping guys. I definitely think that our kids are pretty tough kids, and they'll be ready to play.
This group of seniors hasn't played together since probably 8th grade year, because we've all been spread out through JV, varsity, and freshman team. And so it took us a while to click again.
When it comes down to it, I think, when the lights go on, it's just going to be another game, just like sectionals, just like county, just like Sugar Creek Classic Championship was for us. So we're just going to go out and just leave it all out there and see what happens.
On paper, it looks to be an even matchup. Both teams have an identical 12-10 record going into tomorrow's game. Recently, Edgewood's form has been better, though. The Mustangs have won 8 of their last 10 games.
Before sectional play, the Athenians had dropped 4 in a row, but none of that matters, and you can go ahead and throw that all out the window. Tip is set for noon at Greencastle. Over in Petersburg, the Fountain Central Mustangs are back in regionals for the first time since head coach Jason Good's first season as the Mustangs' main man in 2012. The 15-7 Mustangs are riding a 5-game winning streak heading into tomorrow's regional, where they will face a familiar foe in Tipton. The Blue Devils defeated the Mustangs in the regionals in 2012. The Mustangs were happy to reach regionals back then, but Coach Good thinks his boys can raise the bar and aim for a win.
They've got some really quick guards, and I'm concerned both about us guarding them and us being able to handle the ball. But hopefully we're not going to go in there, just a little bit scared like we were last time, just happy to be there. Our goal is to go and play like we want to win. They play defense really like every coach wants to see their teams play. They're just really, really good at it. So, we've got some guys that are football players that hopefully can handle that a little bit, but to be honest, 2 years ago we really didn't. So, I'm a little bit nervous about that, but, it's something that we also look forward to the challenge.
So we got to take care of the ball, make sure we're getting open shots, boxing out, don't let any more second chance points for them, and we have to get offensive rebounds.
We lost 5 seniors, but we have basically the same team, so we know what's going to happen when we get there. It's going to be noisy, and we know what to expect.
Similar records between these two. Fountain Central enters tomorrow's matchup with a 15-7 record. Tipton carries a 14-8 mark into this rematch of the 2012 game.
The Mustangs lost that matchup by 19 points, but Tipton's no longer carried by standout Mike Crawford. Now plays D1 ball at St. Louis. That's something that eases Coach Good's mind just a little bit this time around. Fountain Central and Tipton will tip off at 10 in the morning at Lapel.
And coming up on the other side of this timeout, we will catch up with Rossville head coach Dave Mawson. He is our final guest of the season on Coach's Corner.
We've heard from the Hornets. Now it's time to hear what the coach has to say. The Friday Night Frenzy will be right back.
I like it. Welcome back to the Friday Night Frenzy. The Rossville Hornets and Central Catholic Knights will invade Frankfort's Case Arena tomorrow. We heard from the Rossville seniors, and now it's time to hear from Coach.
Head coach Dave Mawson joins us now in studio. Anytime your team's preparing for a regional, it's got to be a good year, right?
That's a great year.
How much better does it get?
It doesn't get any better than that. I was fortunate enough to play in the up to the semi-state in 1969 with the Hornets, and that's always been my goal as head coach, is get one of my teams or several of my teams back in that situation, because it's a great feeling. It's something that they'll have to share with their families for years to come. And there's really not a week that goes by that somebody doesn't bring up the 1969 team. So it's great memories, and it was fun to watch the kids come off the floor Saturday night after we beat Carroll, and the looks on their faces and the excitement with the community. So it's a great feeling.
Coach, in the first game against CC, we've talked about it. CC won that game by 14. What does your team have to do better the second time around?
Well, I thought they really killed us on dribble penetration with Anthrop and Metzinger, and also the Thompson kid inside killed us. We tried to front him that time, and they went over the top, and he was able to get easy layups. So we have to do a better job defensively, holding him down from penetration, and then do a better job on Thompson inside.
We heard from Central Catholic soundbite Mitch Woodavine. He said that they need to close out and be strong on your guys' shooters. So they know, the key to your guys' success. What's the key on your end? How do you free those guys up when they know to focus in on them?
Well, I mean, we've just tightened up our offensive sets and our continuity offense this week, and tried to take advantage of the time we've had to prepare for them, and it's a matter of setting good screens and then the kids using those screens.
And we don't like to make excuses, but it must be nice to prepare for CC, because earlier this year that was a tough stretch for you guys.
Yeah, we played 4 games in 5 days, and it wasn't against blind school and that kind of stuff. It was against played Catholic on Friday and Harrison that Saturday at our place, and probably should have won the Harrison game, but they did a good job there. And then on Monday it was a conference game to win our conference, and I was a little worried about going in there being a little flat, and the kids really carried out the game plan and were able to take care of Central. And then obviously on Tuesday of that week we played Frankfort, and I think we were just tired, but Frankfort's an awfully good team too, so we could probably play them 10 times and not win one of them. So it was a tough stretch, but I think the kids were stronger that we came out of it, so we were ready to go into sectional.
Coach, real quick, what is a win going to look like tomorrow if Rossville is to win this game against Central Catholic?
Well, it's been so long since we beat them, it'll be huge. Part of being Catholic is getting over their tradition. I think a lot of teams have mental blocks when they go up against them, and we've talked about that a little bit this week, and so hopefully we'll be mentally charged up and know that we can play with them.
Well, we look forward to watching it. Congratulations on a good season so far, and good luck tomorrow.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
That just about wraps up tonight's show. For more Frenzy-related features, including bonus highlights from any Frenzy this entire year, just visit our website, WLFI.com.
We'd like to thank our production staff for another solid year of the Frenzy. A special thank you to all of our area coaches who have made the trip in to be a part of our show. And a thank you to all of you at home for watching all of our shows this year. Have a great weekend.
See you in August.